Hey, Brad.
Hey, Sal.
We did a bunch of driving in Greece when we were there on the mainland.
Peloponnese,
That's pretty close.
Yeah, Peninsula. We spent 2 weeks on the road there.
Yeah.
So I think we've talked about Monomovasia. I don't know if we've done that on video yet, but we'll get to that. And from there we drove over to Githio, saw the Demetrius shipwreck, was very cool.
Yeah.
And then we ended up in the town of Sparti, which is very close to Mystras.
Right, Mystras was the attraction, I think.
The attraction, yes. And this is huge hillside ruin.
Yeah.
Just there's an upper entrance and a lower entrance, and we started at the lower entrance. And wow, just the original paintings on the church walls were just fantastic.
You know what we did? We parked at the lower entrance and we walked most of the site, and then we got in the car and we drove up to the upper entrance and walked down to where we sort of finished our lower entrance tour.
Right.
Which ended up being really smart.
Yes.
Because it started to rain.
Oh yeah, no, we did this perfectly. We got there early. We've always said get to the site early. We got there when it opened. You know, very few people walking around, and I mean, lots of ruins. These are old homes that people used to live in, and the churches. I guess there was a monastery that was undergoing renovations, so that was the only building we couldn't get into. But I mean, we're walking up the side of this 1,000-foot hill, and just it was incredible.
There is an active church on the site.
Right, they had
services,
and I think there was a kids' school
there.
That
was visiting, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of school kids, and they had a lot of flowers. The wildflowers were fantastic.
Really yeah, beautiful at that time of year in the spring.
Yeah, the road was very worn. It was a rock road. It was very sharp. It's the only time I've felt rocks through my shoes. I have very good shoes, but you could feel it if you stepped wrong. I mean, this was very worn, so that was the only time I've noticed that. So
yeah,
very hard road, or hard path. It wasn't a road, path to walk on, but certainly worth it.
We were there over Greek Orthodox Easter. So again, if you're going to travel, make sure you're aware of all of the local holidays. We ended up staying in Sparti, which is not too far from Mystras, but we stayed there because there were no guest rooms available virtually anywhere that we drove to on the peninsula around that time.
Yeah.
We just kind of got lucky.
Right.
And I think we got the last room in Sparti.
Yeah, and we remember we woke the lady up. She was like napping at the front desk.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah.
She was like, "You go take a nap now."
Yeah.
We were trying to talk to her, ask her questions.
Yeah.
So the town of Sparti is Sparta, basically, where the Spartans...
Sparta! You know, you've seen 300.
Right.
It wasn't quite that old, so
right.
the hotel was...
It gives you a lot to think about when you're at Mystras and you think about the Spartan warriors and what that must have been like back then.
Yeah.
It's interesting, so fascinating. There's some really good art at this site that was the original art. It was very well preserved, really beautiful. Surprisingly
preserved, because the churches, the doors and windows weren't all there, but you would walk in and just like, wow,
nice,
just incredibly detailed, and a lot of the times you have the faces carved out or scratched out from whatever
other religions or other.
These were all intact. It was really great.
The town of Mystras that sits at the base of this ancient site looked really cute.
Yes.
We couldn't stay there because we couldn't get a room.
Right.
Or we didn't find one immediately, and we just didn't feel like messing around. But
yeah, so we ended up driving beautiful, amazing canyon down to Sparti. It's called Sparti now, not Sparta, but there's an I instead of an A at the end. So.
Yeah, who knows how they end up making naming conventions.
Right, and it could have been the map as well, so who knows.
Right.
But anyway, the canyon, I mean, as you're driving, into the canyon, just this beautiful crevice, going up hundreds of feet, and these just sharp turns. It really wound right down that canyon. So it was a really great drive. So I enjoyed doing it, going into town, and then when we came back as well. So
I enjoyed having a room to sleep in and not sleeping in our rental car.
right, yeah. We were winging the whole peninsula, so there was no forward planning, forward hotels, any of that. So
yeah, that
same
was
thing
good.
happened in Geethio. You know, it's like,
Oh, we couldn't find a place to stay.
well, we did,
or-
but it was difficult. You know, it took us 5, 6 hotels. Finally, we found one, and it was like 20 feet up the road. So
Oh, that was a really good stay because
Yeah.
that's the town that's very close to this shipwreck, the Demetrius, and it ended up being a great stay because they had their procession for Orthodox Easter taking place right immediately underneath our balcony for our guest room, and our guest room balcony overlooked the harbor.
yeah,
So it was pretty ideal.
yeah, it was perfect. We were able to watch the whole procession, watch the sunset.
Yeah.
and yeah,
I think
look
we
out
got
at
the last
harbor.
room there too.
Yeah, so, yeah, we've been lucky with rooms, but it's good.
Yeah.
So,
So I would love to go back there. There's another site nearby there, and I can't recall the name of it now. Minstra?
oh yeah, because of the holiday, they opened all the sites on Sunday when they're normally closed. So we went Monday, and they closed on Monday instead.
Yeah.
So they wanted obviously the locals want to see their sites too. So we weren't able to get into, I think, Minster or something.
Something like that. It's
But-
close. If you look at a map, you'll find it.
Yeah, we were driving there, and we call it the drive-through ruin, where it's like it was 2 half circles, and the path went through it, and they used to have arches covering, and this is how you got into the site, and you could see where they had fallen. One of them was kind of
At an angle, massive.
huge,
Huge
pillar
stone.
laying, and you drove the car right through the middle
Oh,
of
it was just delightful.
Yeah.
That was just exciting to see.
Yes, yeah, that was definitely a highlight. So,
We walked around the exterior of the fenced site and kind of peered through. It
Yeah.
didn't look like it was a really great site, but that one feature, that drive-through ruin, was really fun to see. And I got some
Yeah.
great photos, so I'm happy with that.
yeah, I don't think it had been rebuilt as much as many of the others we saw, so I wasn't, I wouldn't go back for that, but the Mystras, the one we saw, was
Yeah.
fantastic.
That was a great
Yeah,
drive.
because you're up on the hill, and you're looking down, and you're seeing the ruins below you, or you're looking up, and this castle wall at the top, and you're able to walk on almost everything except the one thing that was closed.
Right,
So
I
the
bet
big-
that's pretty nice. It was like a palace.
Yeah,
And it was being restored, so it's probably done,
Yeah.
ready to
Oh,
go
yeah,
by
I'm
now. So, yeah, good. That was good. I would go. I like Greece.
yeah. I would.
We talked about Greek salad today
Oh
and
yes.
yesterday.
Just
Yum.
they have fresh tomatoes, goat cheese, everything.
So
The
good.
Greek salads are so good in Greece. Just
In Greece, are really
yeah,
good.
and you just can't. It's not duplicated here. I don't care where you go. You can go to the most expensive restaurant in wherever, Portland, San Francisco. I don't care where you go. New York, you're not going to get a Greek salad like you get in Greece.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
really miss that freshness. So.
I don't have anything to add to this. This was a
No.
good conversation. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Al.